Good afternoon, students. We are in the long lesson of human resources and many terms we have completed also. Now density of population covered and the factors affecting density of population, that also completed. The next term is birth rate. What is birth rate? The total alive infants in 1 year per 1000 persons in a given area is known as birth rate. So what is birth rate? Underline the definition. Underline the definition. The total alive infants in 1 year. Alive infants, small kids. Infants at the time of birth. How many are alive? At the time of birth, how many infants are alive? Their total number. In which time period? 1 year time period. For how many persons? 1000 persons. And a particular area, given area. So this much modes are there, this much modes means this gives the definition. So what is birth rate? Define total alive infants in 1 year per 1000 persons in a particular region. Otherwise in a given area is known as birth rate. For example, JFC Township we are taking 1 year, 2021. How many small kids born here? How many infants, newborn babies born here? And you take that number and you calculate it with the 1000 persons. So how many persons? Maybe in township 3000, 4000 persons will be there. So when you consider it with the 1000 persons category, then we can say that in a particular area we have taken Guinness township. So in that calculation, what is the answer we get? That is the birth rate of Guinness township. That we can say. Like that, any particular region, any particular year, we can calculate. Entire Gujarat, entire India for a particular year. That way, how many small kids are born and how many of them are alive. Only we are considering about the alive, living. Sometimes newborn babies die also. That we are not considering. That is the birth rate. So clear? The total alive infants in 1 year per 1000 persons in a given area is known as birth rate. For the first few years, the birth rate in India has been constantly declining. Now birth rate is declining. Initially it was very much increasing, but now it is not increasing. The birth rate is decreasing. That is why the population growth also declining. People exercise family planning more than before. In rural areas, the implementation of family planning is much lesser due to the lack of education. And when you consider rural areas and urban areas, city life and village life. In village life, people do not go for family planning, and in rural areas, the main problem of that is lack of education. Less education. But if you consider all these problems together, we can solve it with only one condition, that is education. If people get proper education, they can come to know, they will be aware about the demerits of all these problems. So in village area also, proper education and proper awareness is needed about family planning. So in rural areas, due to this, this birth rate will be little high. The proper lack of proper education and other things also there, health facilities, poverty, unemployment and ignorance about the means of birth control. All these factors affecting, especially in rural areas. Underline that also. Which are the factors affecting the birth rate in rural areas? Otherwise, when we consider in rural areas and urban areas, rural areas comparatively birth rate is high. What are the reasons? The reasons are lack of education, lack of health facility, poverty, unemployment and ignorance about the means of birth control. Now see, one balance is given there. Not one balance, three balances are there. Just you see, and in that it is showing increase in population. First one, second one steady population, and third one decrease in population. So first one increase in population. Just to see the way balance, what is there on both the sides. In first one, birth rate and death rate. Which one has more weight? It is weighing more birth rate, and death rate is not much. So here population will increase, death rate is less and birth rate is more. Second one, balancing population, equal and equal birth rate and death rate. And third one, decreasing population, just opposite of first one. In decreasing population, how the situation will be? Death rate is more and birth rate is less. But in decreasing population, you don't think that always death rate should be more. Because in present scenario, death rate is very less, because that we have seen the previous classes about the health facilities, transport and communication, proper education, natural calamity, disaster management. All this helps to control the death rate. So death rate is less only. It doesn't mean that birth rate is high. To control the birth rate, other family planning activities and other things to be considered. Then only it will be. But based on this figure, the matching is given about birth rate and death rate only. Okay? So comparison of birth and death rate. Now the next page, next definition is about death rate. First one was birth rate, and the second one is about death rate. This was last year. Now what will be death rate as per the definition of birth rate? Same only, but one is about newborn cases and the other one will be about death cases. Let us see. The number of death in 1 year per 1,000 person in a specific area. So their number of alive infants in another place, here it will be number of death in year 1 year. In particular area, given area. So these will be the words using connecting for the definition. Underline the number of death in 1 year per 1,000 person in a specific area is named as death rate. The one who takes birth dies too. Hence the death rate never can be zero. Death rate never can be zero. In any places there in 1 year there is no death taken place within 1 year. No place will be there like that. Because it is showing that once you takes birth, born, definitely you will die. No one is there, so you will not die. So in any region within 1 year of time span, definitely minimum 1 or 2 deaths might have taken place. And maximum we cannot count. So it is telling that death rate never can be zero. Death rate never can be zero. Underline that also. Still various researches, medical treatment, medicines, vaccination, control over diseases, new technology, etc. can bring down the birth rate. Bring down the death rate. This never be zero, but this can be bring down. The higher grade of death rate can be brought down with the help of various things. Medical treatment, yes, definitely proper medical care is there. Automatically, people can be saved up to a certain limit from immediate death. Second one, medicines, same only. Vaccination, like that, if vaccination is properly using, then that type of cases, death cases will be reducing. That is why COVID vaccination is started now. Next, control over diseases. When vaccination gives, then control over diseases it will be taken place. Then new technology, based on new technology also new inventions will be there, medical development will be there, so that also it can bring down the death rate. Okay. Next particular term is migration. This particular all terms you should learn by heart, because in define This may be asked. So there is chance. Define migration, define death rate, define birth rate. Like that, all these things are very important. And what is migration? And in the beginning of this lesson, we had learned about the word immigration. And here we are telling about the word migration. Now the third number is migration. What is migration? Otherwise, any difference between migration and immigration? Have you heard about immigration certificate? Okay, now let us see. When people shift from one place to another, it is known as migration. People indulge into range of activities in order to earn and develop. Yes, no, what is the main intention of the people? They have to work, they have to earn, and they have to develop. That is the intention. So, for that purpose, if any particular place is not suitable, then we will plan to shift from that place to another place to complete the life aspirations. So that when people shift from one place to another, that is known as migration. So I am shifted from Kerala to here. Like that, many people are there from one state to another state, one region to another region. So that we can say migration. This migration takes place. After independence also, this India-Pakistan, that in the coming lesson we will study, division of India-Pakistan and migration of Hindus and Muslims that have taken place. So, some reasons will be there for this migration. But what is the difference between migration and immigration? Migration, mostly this word we are considering within the border of the same country. Sometimes may be crossing international border also, but not for permanent settlement in another country. Migration. Within the border of the same country, but sometimes may cross border, but not for the permanent settlement. But what is immigration? It crosses international border and becomes a permanent resident in another country. That is the difference between migration and immigration. So immigration simply means you are crossing the international border and going to another country and permanently settling there. But migration means it will be taken place within the border of the same country, maybe sometimes to cross the border also, cross other international border also, but not for permanent purpose. Okay. So when this migration take place, what will be the reasons behind? The main reason for that, to earn money, always to get proper education, to do proper business. Otherwise, in case of ladies after marriage, they will leave, they will go with husband. Like that, many reasons will be there. Let us see. Socio-cultural needs also compel people to keep migrating. Some socio-cultural situation also will be there. Sometimes some community, otherwise some group of people feel that this area is not good, not safe, I have to leave from here and I have to go and stay with my own people, those who are residing there on the other side. So this type of thinking also may cause for this migration. And another, the rural population is attracted towards the urban areas for better facilities. This is known as urbanization. From village areas to city areas. So people prefer to go to city areas for better facility of what? Education, business, industries, employment and administration. So in city life, all these are more accessible than the village life, especially education, business, industrial development, administration, etc. So people prefer to go there. But in this right now, in the present year, what happened? People were preparing to move to village areas. Why? Because of this pandemic COVID situation, social distancing is clearly more possible in village life than in city life. And in city life, those at the time of lockdown, really people suffered. They were dreaming about a village life. Because in apartment, in flats, in one room, they have one or two rooms. Otherwise, in very limited with limited resources, they have to spend their life. So COVID taught us many things. At the same time, village life was comparatively better. Fresh air, surrounding areas, agricultural fields, social distance, so it was possible. But this is in a rare case. Commonly people think about to earn more money, to work, better opportunities, employment opportunities, better education, better medical care. All these things are easily accessible in city areas than village areas. So the migration take place to rural areas to urban areas and rural to urban. Otherwise village to cities. Then this word we can use, this is known as urbanization. Urbanization. Okay. So underline this also, when people shift from one place to another, it is known as migration. What are the reasons? Socio-cultural needs, one reason. Then second one, the rural population attracted towards the urban areas for better facilities in education, business, industries, employment and administration. Up to there. Currently, 60% of the population of Gujarat lives in rural areas and 38% in urban areas. Just to see, 62% is in Gujarat lives in rural areas, village life. Very previously at the time of independence, Gandhiji had told that India is living in villages only. At that time, Gandhiji told India's life is in villages. Still the condition is like that, village population is small. People residing, especially in Gujarat case, it is given 62% of people are in rural areas and 38% in urban areas. See, activity, make a list of all those foreign countries where people from your area have settled. So if you find out from your own home, your many relatives will be there, they have immigrated to foreign countries and settled there permanently. Like that, make a list of all those states from where people have come to Gujarat and settled down. From other state, this is migration. First one is immigration. So second one, migration for all those states from where people came to Gujarat. From state means within the country, within the border only. So me also an example. Like that many are there. They have come to Gujarat and settled over here. Okay. So if you know about the persons or friends or family members, you can write this. Not compulsory. Next term is population composition. What do you mean by population composition? The classification of the total population into various categories is called population composition. Underline. Classification of total population into various categories. So the total population we are classifying into various categories, dividing into various categories. That is population composition. The categorization is done as per male, female. किसी कैसे हमें categorization कर सकते हैं? How can we classify male and female? Yes, we can classify age group up to 10 years, up to 12 years. Otherwise, junior, senior, adult. Any case, anyway, junior, adult, senior citizens. Like that, age group basis also it is possible. Then literacy rate, those who are highly literate, those who are illiterate, that way also classification is possible. Then rural and urban area population, that is also possible. Religions, how many Hindus, Christians, Muslims, Sikh, Parsi, like that way also classification is possible. Linguistic group based on language, those who are speaking Gujarati, Marathi, Tamil, Malayalam, Punjabi, just like that, different languages, that also linguistic group, that also possible. Then professional group, doctors, engineers, lawyers, teachers, like that, farmer, like that way also. So any way, which type of classification is needed, the total population can be divided on the basis of that. That is what is known as population composition. So total population is dividing into various categories, classification of various categories. Okay, so which are the categories possible? Underline definition also, and that complete paragraph underline. Male, female group, age group, literacy rate, urban rural areas, linguistic group, professional group, etc. Thorough study of these categories help us to understand the population composition. Then when we study about these different categories, we will get a clear picture about the total population of India. So total population, according to our needs, we can classify into different groups, different categorization is possible. Then when we study about this categorized group, the whole picture of Indian population is available. Next term is age structure. The total population of the nation comprises into three age groups. Age structure, three age groups: children, adult and senior citizen. Underline. In which three age group the total population of our country comprises. So children, actually children is considering up to 0 to 14 years. Then adult, it is 15 to 59, but the recent calculation accordingly, adult is considering up to 18 years onwards. Then 0 to around 17 we can say children. Then senior citizen, it is about 60 and above senior citizens. Okay. Among the above three groups, maximum and the most important difference is seen in the first and the third group. First is children level and last one is senior group. As per 2001 census, 35 to 40% of total population is below 18. Below 18 means children. I told you recently we are considering 18 from adults. So below 18 means children group. How much is there? 2001 census, 35 to 40. So Indian population around 35 to 40% we can say children group. Otherwise below 18. Then whereas the 7% to 10% senior citizen. 7 to 10 senior citizen. So just you see 35 to 40 plus the 7 to 10. All together we can say around 50% is going for children and senior, and the remaining will be the adult group. Okay. The things to know: the proportion of senior citizen is high in Japan. One project is given: survey 10 families in your area and gather information about their age. Classify the information into 3 age groups. No need to do in this COVID situation. No need to go for any survey. But the next thing question answers to be written. This first one, in the beginning I told you, but I told you to complete the work after SS test paper only. Now the test paper is completed. Area-wise, India stands 7th in the world. List the first 6 countries bigger than India in terms of area. This to be find out and write in CW. Census for which birds and animals has been conducted in Gujarat. This also answer you will get from Google, just to search. Why Uttar Pradesh is densely populated? Why it will be? And why Sikkim is sparsely populated? So where more population, otherwise density of population, when it will be high and low, that we had seen. So what is the speciality of Uttar Pradesh? Fertile delta is there. And what is the problem of Sikkim? Hilly region. So based on that you should write transportation, easy transportation and other facilities are, comfortable facilities are less. Then next one, observe the family with the highest number of members and least number of members in your society. List out the comfort and discomforts faced by these families. Last one no need to do, but first, second, third and fourth one you should do today as homework. Okay. The next portion we will complete in the next lesson, next class, next topic about sex ratio and literacy, and little bit only remaining. Next class we can complete, I think. Okay. So all the terms you should learn properly. Very important terms are there, not very big answers, but these definitions, some data. No need to learn all these mathematical data by heart. But whatever it is now remaining, that to be that to be done afterwards. Okay.